If you have a distant realization of Him, you see Him as a formless light. If you have a closer realization of Him, you see Him as seated within the heart as the Paramatma. And in His closest realization, you realize Him in His personal form. Having said that worship of the personal form will give the highest realization, Shree Krishna is not eliminating the other kinds of yogis. He makes Arjun aware of what this path entails, what the other path entails, and then leaves it to Arjun. So the teacher does not force. The teacher helps the student to learn. Like I said, that there is so much variety. Human life is complex, and this world is exceedingly complex. The more we delve into it, the more we realize are the branches of knowledge and sub-branches within the branches and sub-sub-branches within the sub-branches. Those who have not studied science would say, science is perfect and exact. But ask us engineers who studied it in college, it's full of approximations. They do not know what is the correlation between factors. They will present a model. A model is an equation with different parameters. Assume this is it. It will roughly explain things. So we keep on working from models to models. And when I was studying science, I would say that, science is considered so sacrosanct, but it's full of so many holes. And then after that, I transitioned to MBA. So in MBA, they were teaching us humanities subjects. So that was my first exposure to a lot of humanities subjects. So they taught us psychology, and there was the theory of Sigmund Freud, of Adler, of Maslow, of Carl Rogers. There's 7 different theories. So which of them is perfect? None of them perfectly explains the human psyche. They are endeavoring to. Okay, let's take a look at economics. You have the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx. So he had his theory, then somebody else presented the non-communist manifesto, and somebody else presented some other, and there are infinite theories. So all right, let's look at organizational behavior. You have McClelland's theory and Maslow's theory and all different theories. So when I looked at this scenario, I said, my God, who is telling the truth? What is the truth behind it? The fact is, the truth is infinitely complex, and they are all presenting simplified versions of it. So similarly, this whole world is exceedingly complex. So the great acharyas in our Vedic tradition, to help us understand, they have presented simplified versions of it. So some people say Dvaitvad. Dvait means there's a distinction. God is separate, the soul is separate. Some people say Advaitvad. There is no distinction. God and the soul are one. The fact is that there is simultaneous distinction and non-distinction. That is the complicated truth. Everything in this world is united. We are all part of one integral system that we have all realized today. No longer we consider ourselves separated. from this world, because we know global warming is affecting all of us. So we all realize that it's all one system of which we are a part. There was this astronaut whose realization I was reading. He said when he was returning from space, he had an epiphany. An epiphany is a sudden bulb going on. So he said that I thought that the atoms of the stars and the planets and the atoms of the earth and the atoms of my body, they are all the same. The atoms in my body were probably in the stars and the planets billions of years ago. So he had this sudden feeling of the unity of whole creation. So this whole creation is one and united with God. But some people have simplified it as Dvaitvad. Some people have simplified it as Advaitvad. So Advaitvad says that there is no separate God. There is only one entity, Brahman. So who are we? We are Brahman. So in the path of this is also called JKYog. So in the system of JKYog, this approach is utilized to elevate oneself spiritually. What approach? Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. These phrases are contemplated upon. Soham, I am that. Shivoham, I am Shiv. So this path of sadhana is called JKYog. And then there is the path of sadhana called Bhakti Yoga, where the duality with God is emphasized. I am a part of God, so I am one with Him, but yet I have my personality. I need to surrender to Him. So the Bhakt says, Dasoham. The Jnani says, Soham. The Bhakt says, Dasoham. I am the servant of God. Now in this verse, Shree Krishna is saying, Arjun, of course, the devotees will reach me, but the Jnanis will also reach me. So let us try and understand this science of how through JKYog one reaches God. It's a little complex, but you are all eager to receive spiritual knowledge and deepen your understanding. So I am sure that you will be listening very attentively to follow as this Gyan Yog path is described.